Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today?
Good morning. Doing well. How are you?
Fine.
Great, fantastic.
Fantastic. Look at all these wonderful people we have this morning. Yeah. This is awesome.
This is outstanding.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to How to Scale Your Business with Lake County. We are excited to have you on. You're going to get a lot of vital information, resource tips, all that good stuff.
Exactly. And I'd just like to introduce myself. My name is Richard Brown. We'd like to say welcome. I'm a business advisor with the Ohio Minority Business Assistance Center with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland. And we want to welcome you to our workshop today. We have, as Andrea said, we have an outstanding workshop lined up for you today. So you're in the right place at the right time.
Yes, hello. I am also a business advisor here at the Minority Business Assistance Center, and we look forward to speaking with you today. Now, what we like to do just to kick things off is we like to provide this moment for business owners that may want to do their elevator pitch. So you can tell us about yourself and your business, what you do. There may be people on this call that is looking for your services. So we like to use this time and give this to you guys and let you tell us a little bit about yourself and your business. Anybody want to go first?
I'll jump in there. I'm driving right this second, so I won't cut on my camera, but nice to meet everyone. My name is Tyus Fritz. I run a local digital marketing agency called Hype Marketing. What we do is just help small businesses, small and medium-sized businesses establish themselves online, create their websites, social media presence, and then run ads and different things like that. On top of that, we're a full-service digital agency, so we do everything from, you know, just making small logos and like graphic design type of things, all the way up to like the real techie website stuff and running ads. So if anyone has a business and is looking for those services, definitely reach out to me. I'd be happy to help.
Fantastic. Thank you, Mr. Fritz.
Of course. Thank you guys for giving me the opportunity.
Sure. And you know what? After you go or as you are doing your pitches, please make sure you put your information in the chat. There may be someone that wants your information. So we want to make sure we can provide that to them.
And Mr. Fritz, yes, and Mr. Fritz, we understand that you're driving, so that doesn't apply to you right now. We want you to keep both hands on the wheel.
Absolutely. Stay safe.
Got you. All right.
My name is William Strong from Process Control and Instrumentation. We're a full service engineering firm. We do tower work. We work on SCADA systems. We work with utilities, wastewater, and water.
Thank you so much, Mr. Strong.
Thank you, Mr. Strong.
Make sure you put your information in the chat.
Okay.
Who would like to go next? This is a great time to let people know exactly what your business is, what your business does. Go ahead, Linda. I see you raising your hand.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Linda Peavy, and I am owner of LaPav Consulting. This is the 13th year of my business full-time, and I provide marketing, communications, and grant writing services. Basically, I've been providing assistance on the national level with various organizations. I worked on the Biden for President campaign. I've worked with the NFL. I was the PR booking agent for the Miss America organization, but I'm located here in Lake County. So I think this is a great opportunity for me to understand more about the needs of the local Lake County community. I am here in Willoughby Hills, and I have been just super busy now. I spend my time divided between the marketing and communications component and also the grant writing. I've written about $17 million worth of funding for nonprofit organizations. So it keeps me pretty busy. I have provided free grant writing workshops for the Urban League and Cozy as well. I was a recent recipient of a Facebook grant for my work within the African American community. So I was really excited to hear about this opportunity to discover more about the needs within the Lake County community.
Thank you so much, Linda. That's great. Make sure you put your information in the chat. We work with a lot of nonprofits who could utilize your services. So that's great to know that your resources are available. So again, thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you. That's fantastic.
All right, who's going to go next? Got some exciting businesses on the line today. Who's next? Don't miss out on your opportunity to give your elevator pitch. Let us know what your value proposition is.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Herbert Webster. I am the owner of the Barbers Guild, LLC. And what my business does is provide barber and grooming services to group homes, as well as facilities for MRDD part of the population, as well as providing grooming and for like at-risk youth, a lot of different types of groups that provide services for to establish a contract with those groups that provide service for them. A lot of times there's young groups I deal with, like I said before, at-risk youth, individuals in group homes. I'm currently also co-owner of Baddest Blaze Barbershop. We provide services in the community as well. So that's pretty much what my business provides for the services that we provide.
Thank you so much, Mr. Webster. How you doing, Herb?
Good morning. Good morning. Good to see everyone.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing. That is great work you do. Make sure you put your information in the chat.
All right, who's next? Who's next?
I'll go. My name is Dwayne Wilson, and I have a nonprofit growing above my expectations. GAIN for short, the anagram for GAIN. We basically started off with inside the schools, helping young men, just teach them basic life skills and honestly, teach them how to be a little more respectful. And it's been going great. It's been going for about since 2017. We started off with, I was just an instructional aide at a school, noticed that, kids was kind of, being unruly. So I would meet with the boys once a week, let them air out what they had to say, get things off their chest or whatever. And so that turned into small events that turned into social experiments as far as, just hug your mom every day, little things like that. And, it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. So now we're looking to just provide services to entire communities. So I'm here to learn how to scale my business with Lake County or whatever county, we can, we can get to because, I'm a church boy, and the Bible says, what is that? The labor is plentiful, but the workers are few. So I'm just trying
the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few. I'm a church boy too.
I haven't been in church in a while, so I might misquote. But yeah, so that's some of the foundations I believe in, and it's been working. And I just want to get bigger and better. I want us to have, collaborate with everybody we can, and see how far the thing can go. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dwayne. Mr. Wilson. Yes, you need to connect with Miss Peavy because she does grant writing for nonprofits. So if you don't know her, I advise you to encourage you to reach out to her because you want to grow and scale your business and get those grants. So there you go.
Contact for sure.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys are putting everything in the chat, all your information, because this is a great time to connect with different business owners that can probably help to scale your business.
And that's why we do this, because we find that during this time, you're able to create synergies with other business owners. And you see, we see a perfect example there right now. We have a nonprofit and a grant writer for nonprofits. So that's what it's all about, connecting people together.
Absolutely. And he may want to connect with Mr. Herbert Webster as well.
Exactly. So having said that, who's the next one to give their elevator pitch? Who wants to go next?
I'll go next if that's
Great.
all right.
That's fine.
Sure. My name is Barb Mancarey. I work with a company called Yellow Web Monkey, and we are, like Mr. Fritz, a digital agency. Our company is composed of, well, we have 14 contractors currently. We're all either former military or military family members. So we have 9 former Army officers on the staff that are all women, and then we have 5 other women that are military family members or spouses on the staff too. But we're a full digital agency. We build WordPress, Joomla, and Shopify websites. And then I head up the marketing side of the business. So I do search engine optimization and digital marketing for our clients. And I'm here in Mentor, Ohio, but we're a little bit all across the country. But I'm here today to find out how I can better serve our local community. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing, and thank you for your service.
Absolutely, thank you. Who would like to go next? This is a great time to get your business out there. Let people know exactly where you are, what you do, what you provide. Go ahead.
I can go?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, how you doing? I'm Cheryl Waller. I just started my business actually, and I'm just trying to get in on any and everything I can do. My business is called Shaywall Mobile Notary Plus. I do notaries. I've also took loan signing training, so I'm into the mortgage loans. And I also do home inspections. So I'm just here to learn everything I possibly can and get involved with everything I can possibly do in order to expand my business. The list goes on and on. I'm trying to get into, background checking and eventually just open up my own spot where there's, a whole array of things to do. But for now, it's just me. That's it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing. How long have you been in business, I might ask?
Like I said, I've just started. I got my commission, minority commission in March. And I also have my loan signing. I just got that the earlier part of this month. So like I said, I'm fresh and new and open. I'm possibly interested in getting into government contracting. I know there's so many steps that I have to go through, but I'm open to learn, someone to mentor me. I'm all in.
Outstanding. So make sure you put your information in the chat.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I know a few people that would need that information. Anyone else would like to try their elevator pitch?
I guess I'll go
Okay.
next. I'm Carolyn Cobbin, and I just basically started launching my own business as well. I'm offering accounting services for small businesses, and I've been doing accounting work for over 30 years now. So I figured that I would try to broaden my horizons. And also, I've just gotten my life insurance license as well. So I'm offering those services as well. And I'm just here basically, as like Cheryl said, just to get as much information as I can to just plateau my business forward.
That is fantastic. Did you say you do accounting services?
Yes.
Oh, there are a lot of businesses.
I have a bachelor's degree in accounting and a master's degree in business administration.
Wonderful. A lot of businesses need accounting support. So we want to definitely make sure your information is in the chat.
Gotcha.
What type of accounting services do you provide?
Well, it can be basic bookkeeping, financial statements, payroll taxes, corporate taxes. It depends on what the needs are. And usually I try to do an analysis of the company that I'm starting to work with to make sure that I can provide the proper services for them.
That sounds fantastic, Carolyn. I'm very excited.
Thank you. I appreciate
in the chat.
I will. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to call on Victoria Webster.
Hi, everyone.
My name is Victoria Webster, and I am the owner and licensed cosmetologist at Blossom Beauty Hair Salon. We specialize in natural hair services such as dreadlocks, fat twists, two-strand twisting, braids, and even more. So I'm located in Euclid, Ohio, on 200th Street, and I'll put my information in the chat.
All right, thank you so much, Victoria.
Thank you, Victoria.
All right, we have 10 minutes left. Let's see who else. Oh, go ahead.
I can go next. This is Stephen Hampton. I'm the owner of Reliant Chemicals, LLC. I'm a certified MBE here in Cleveland. And what we do is produce a multi-purpose biodegradable degreasing product that utilized in many different arenas, the automotive, janitorial arenas. But what I found out recently, due to this COVID scenario, a lot of people are dealing with sanitizing and cleaning. We found out that when you use this product in the cleaning part of the process, it does excellent. And how I verify that is I have scientific equipment and swabs that can measure bacterial count. And what we did was, matter of fact, yesterday, we swabbed the contact surface that was initially reading over 2,000. We sprayed my product, which is Splash Max, let it sit for about 10 seconds, wiped it up, and re-swabbed that area. It went down to 17. And the benefit to that is when you clean the surface off properly and good enough, you use less sanitizer, which is good because sanitizer is a relative of the pesticide family, and that can be toxic if you're using too much of it. So that safeguards you from overusing sanitizers to try to get the effect of bringing down bacterial counts.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hampton. Make sure you put your information in the chat.
Can I, this is Pam Morse. I'm on the board of the MBAC. If you're putting your information in the chat, please make sure you put in your contact phone number and your emails. So it's great to see everybody's name and your address, but electronic know-how, we need your contact through phone and email, please. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Great point.
I can go ahead here. My name is Chris House. I'm president of House Solutions. We're certified EDGE, MBE, and DBE for the state of Ohio. We've been in business since 2009. And we are managed service providers, so we provide IT solutions in a broad range of software and hardware. One of the things we did recently during COVID-19, the pandemic, was really work with several companies on developing work from home and hybrid strategies. And so who can work from home? How do you work from home? What's the accountability and all those things in between? As an employer, we actually had some of our staff working from home, and it's this question mark. You know what they do when they're sitting right next to you or in the office right next to you, but when they're maybe about 10 miles away, are they working, right? And so we really started putting some strategies in place to give the employers flexibility and then give the employees flexibility, but the employers peace of mind. And you don't want to pay for somebody that's sitting there at Cedar Point, right? And so we provide those type of solutions, really trying to make sure technology works for all of us. So it's nice to meet everyone, and I'm looking forward to the webinar.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have a hand raised, Kelly. Go ahead.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you guys for hosting this. This is much needed, I believe, especially for myself. My name is Kelly Faulkner Williams. I am the owner of Blue Sugar Apothecaries and Botanica. And also Lee Esther's Girls, I'm sorry. And what I do with Blue Sugar is I create custom blended essential oil blends. And I've been most effective during COVID. There was a product that I created called Breathe Baby that the nurses at Tri-Point Hospital had asked a friend of mine, says, does she have anything to help with our respiratory systems? Because we're in these masks all day and it's difficult for us to breathe. And I sat down and came up with a solution for them for that. And we have Breathe Baby. And they've been enjoying it ever since. And also with Lee Esther's Girls, with that, we try to help, with Lee Esther Girls, we try to help different small entrepreneurs like myself, provide them with resources. We hosted an event back in 2018 called Business Networking and Grooves, and that encompassed different entities coming in to speak and provide information to those who are looking to expand their business or open a business, that type of thing as well too. I'm currently located in Painesville, Ohio, but I'm also in stores throughout Northeastern Ohio as well with Blue Sugar. Thank you guys for having us on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Blue Sugar, I'll have to look for that. Anyone else? We have about 5 more minutes until we get started. Anyone else want?
C. Smith has her hand raised.
Okay.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. I'm sorry. Let me share my video. I've been having trouble with being able to connect this morning. There we go. Can you hear me? Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Charlia Smith. I am the president of Living Matters LLC. We're your local janitorial provider for commercial residential services. We've been in business since 2010. I'm a small woman, own 100%, MBE, certified through the city of Cleveland, the state and federal. So if you're looking to get your facilities clean, you want a prestigious environment, we have really great staff that'll take care of that. I did drop my information in the chat again because I was having an issue with connecting. So feel free to check out our website and also contact me if you need me.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I know a lot of people need cleaning right now, cleaning services.
Okay.
All right, about 3 more minutes. Anyone want to? Go ahead, Richard.
Something. Go ahead. You go ahead. All right. Who's next? All right. I had to call on somebody.
I'm going to call. I'm going to do it myself because everybody seems like they're sleeping and it's already 9:30 or almost 10 in the morning. I'm Pam Morse. I am from the MBAC board, and I also owned a woman-owned transportation business here in Painesville, Ohio. We are a 2nd generation business, and I'm sorry, I have a person where this is one of our busy days. We're Morse Van Lines, and I also have Painesville Furniture and Carpet. I want to welcome everybody and say we're so excited to have you participate in this first of the series for the MBAC on doing business here in the great county of Lake County. So welcome everyone and thanks for being here. That's my 20.5-second elevator speech.
All right, thanks Pam. All right, any last takers? 2 minutes.
I'll go next. Let me show my video. My name is Garrick Norfleet. I'm with a company called Norfleet Distributors. What we do is we help businesses with their health and safety protocols by providing disposable nitrile gloves, latex gloves, vinyl gloves, along with hair covers, shoe covers, any kind of personal protective equipment. And we also help businesses with their shipping needs. We provide pallet wrap, stretch film, mailers, tapes, that sort of thing. And we're located in Solon, Ohio. And good morning, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Garrett. Okay, we have one hand raised. Marcita, you can go next. You'll be the last one. Close us out.
Hello, everybody. I'm Marcita Ferguson. I'm the founder of Black Lives Matter Lake County, and I recently opened a business I incorporated my name, but it is DBA, the Inclusive Leadership Institute, and I do a lot of DEI, REI strategy, corporate work. And I live in Lake County.
Excellent.
Perfect. Thank you. Well, we are ready to start just about. This is fantastic. Thank you guys for logging in with us this morning. Once again, as Richard said earlier, my name is Andrea Boyd. I am a business advisor here at the Minority Business Assistance Center at the Urban League of Greater Cleveland. I am joined this morning by my colleagues, business advisor Richard Brown and our program coordinator April Nita. So at this certification lab, our presenters will provide an overview that includes introductory steps and tips to ensure you go through the certification process successfully. We have 2 types of certification workshops each month. At the beginning of the month, we have a 1-day certification workshop, and at the end of each month, we have a 3-day certification lab series. We also have a discussion panel made up of a local business that is either certified or looking to become certified, and they will share their experience with you on various topics moderated by our business advisor, Richard Brown. So today our certification workshop is co-hosted by Lake County, the City of Mentor, and the City of Painesville, and the JumpStart organization. So today you will hear how to scale your business, and they will provide and speak with you about some resources that they offer to support the women, minority, and veteran-owned small businesses in Ohio. So now that I've told you about what we're going to talk about today, I want to just share with you a little bit about MBAC and what we do here. We focus on 4 key growth areas that we like to call our 4 pillars. So these 4 pillars are certification, so we can help you by assisting you by getting certified with the state of Ohio. So this will help you to ensure that your business has the necessary certifications to bid on private as well as public contracting opportunities. We also help the second pillar, which is contracts and procurement. So our job is to connect you with different opportunities to grow and scale your business. These resources, we have different organizations that we partner with: Metro Health, Case Western Reserve University, Cleveland Clinic. We also partnered very closely with PTAC, the Procurement Technical Assistance Center. So they have plenty of, they can help you get registered federally. So we partner and we work with them very closely. Our third pillar, which is our access to capital through bonding and loans. So we have a number of lending partners that we work directly with to help you get the much needed capital that you need to grow your business and scale your business. We also have an in-house UBIZ loan fund that we just kicked off in January that can definitely help you get that access to capital that if you need it. And this loan fund is very, very inclusive in that it does not turn anyone away. So you go in down 2 different tracks. Either you go straight into underwriting, or we actually help you to become ready to get that loan. So there's a lot going on here. And then our 4th pillar, which is technical and professional assistance. So we have over 40 years of banking and entrepreneurial experience here, and we want to share this experience with you. We want to make sure you have the necessary support and resources that you need to scale your business. We are all about helping you to scale and grow your business. So sit back, grab a cup of coffee, and enjoy our workshop today. So at this time, I'm going to hand it back over to our program coordinator, April Needham. The floor is yours, April.
Thank you, Andrea, and welcome everyone again. Thank you so much for being here. Once again, my name is April Needham, and I'm the Program and Marketing Coordinator here at the Minority Business Assistance Center. Now, this is part 1 of a 3-part workshop series. So on July 22nd, we will have our 2nd workshop, Business Best Practices and Becoming Certified in Lake County. And on August 19th, we will have our 3rd workshop, Contracts and Procurement Opportunities with Lake County, and we will talk a little more about those at the end of our workshop today. But first, I just want to go over a couple housekeeping tips. If you could please make sure that your microphone is on mute while our presenters are speaking, that would be gratefully appreciated. And we will use our chat box option. to ask and answer questions throughout the course of our workshop today. And you can also raise your hand like you have been doing, and we will take pauses throughout and we will ask and answer questions throughout the workshop as well. Now, are there any questions from anyone at all before we get started with our presenters today? All right, perfect. Well, the first presenter I would like to present to you today is we have Kevin Malecek. He's the Director of Economic Development and International Trade for the City of Mentor. Good morning, Kevin. How are you?
Good morning, April and everyone. How are you?
Perfect. Would you like me to share your slide for you?
Sure, that'd be great.
Awesome. 1 second, please.
There we are. Everybody can see that, I assume. We don't want everybody to like, yes, we've got some thumbs up and that's great. Well, good morning. Happy to join you all and provide a little bit of advice and guidance on scaling your business, particularly here when it comes to the City of Mentor. I'm very happy to be here. So I'm the Director of Economic Development and International Trade. And if we want to advance to the next slide, I'll give you a little bit of background of where we are and what we do here and where we are kind of economically. In terms of the region. We have a population of just under 50,000. We're still waiting on the updated census figures to kind of update all of these particulars here. Obviously, if you're in the region, you probably know where Mentor is. Obviously, kind of the largest city in Lake County and the economic center, not only really of Lake County, but really of Lake Jaga and Ashtabula. Would even say the eastern side of Cuyahoga counties as well. We get plenty of traffic, especially coming to the Great Lakes Mall from the eastern side of Cuyahoga, and also our businesses here in Mentor. And that is probably because we are one of the largest retail centers in Ohio, 6th largest in retail, 325 retail establishments, over 170 restaurants. We have about 6 or 7 right now in the hopper, looking to establish themselves here within the next year as well. And a big part of that is because we have a very symbiotic economy here. We have a huge manufacturing sector, 5th largest in the state, over 200 manufacturers from very small shops up to Steris, Lincoln Electric that are here in the city. And obviously, if you've got a lot of retailers, you're going to have a healthy manufacturing sector. If you have a lot of manufacturers, you're going to have a healthy retail center. So it's very symbiotic. And we've actually weathered the pandemic reasonably well. Here in the City of Mentor. We've definitely seen a few closures here and there of different restaurants, different retail businesses, but the manufacturing sector did very, very well throughout the pandemic. Everybody kind of had their rough months as we went on, but really has been able to sustain the city pretty well as a continuing economic engine for not only Lake County, but really for the east side of our Cleveland region. We want to go on to the next slide. We have some very specific types of resources when someone wants to come to us and says, hey, we'd like to look at Mentor as a place to establish and launch a business. We do have the Zoom Prospector website, and you may have used that. Other cities do utilize it. I believe the county utilizes it as well. We try to capture every type of opportunity that may be out there for leasing of space, for land that can be utilized to build an office building, a retail building, whatever it may be. We try to collect all of those here. So when we have an initial conversation with a business that's really looking to get started here, we can direct them to various types of opportunities that are there, present and available out there for what might be able to fit their business. You can do those searches yourself. You can go on, not obviously during John and Kathy and I's presentation, but on later today, if you're looking for a site out there, whether it may be in Mentor or even a neighboring community, and see what might be out there. It's called Zoom Prospector. Really great first effort to kind of determine this is a place where I might like to station my business. These are what's available for lease. These are the costs associated with it. Kind of gives you that good of idea of where you're going to try to set something up brick and mortar. You might be looking to reoccupy existing space. That's something that we can obviously help out through that program, or just through other things that we know that might be coming on the market. It's always good, whether you're looking at Mentor or another community, Lake County as a whole, or Painesville, to reach out to that city. Many of them have some type of economic development personnel, And having a conversation with them at the outset about what you're looking to do can really help to provide you the best opportunities to have your business succeed. Not only in terms of location, but in terms of other resources that might be out there that the city can offer, that they might know of private resources that might be out there, offer to connect you to a chamber of commerce, offer to make other connections for you. The cities want you to do well in their city. They want you to succeed. It's definitely the case here in Mentor, and I know that's the case in Painesville and in Lake County. So making that initial outreach as you're considering doing business in the city is really important to setting you off on the right foot to get started. In this portal that we have, which encompasses the Zoom Prospector, mentorbeansbusiness.com, very simple website, it allows you to kind of get all those resources that you might need. If you're just looking to start out, kind of a checklist of different things you need to think about, things you need to keep in mind as you're looking to get off the ground in a new community. And it can obviously not only be here in Mentor, but other places. So definitely make that outreach. Take a look at those different opportunities that might be available as you're going through that checklist to figure out, hey, this is something I want to look at as I'm setting up my business. Go on to the next slide. We have some very specific incentives here at Mentor. Since, as we say, Mentor does mean business, we do try to work with small businesses as they're coming in for various incentives and benefits that we can provide. And probably the biggest one that we do is our economic development grants. These are one-time grants that are available for businesses that are looking to invest in the city. We usually base that on payroll. So the city of Mentor, the city of Painesville, we make most of our revenue off of income taxes. And obviously, to have income tax revenue, we've got to have businesses that are employing people in the city. So we really want to look at places, what kind of payroll might you be looking to build in? And that could be over a 1, 2, 3 year process, as that's how we evaluate as we're looking to award these grants that are out there. So we always tell people, if you've got an idea of what that payroll may scale up to in the next few years, this is definitely something you want to try to take advantage of and have us review it. Each one of our grants are submitted through our administration and passed by our city council. And we definitely have an interest in looking to further diversify our business community that's out there. So if you're ever looking to establish a business here in Mentor, set up, or perhaps expand your current business to an office out here, definitely something, again, have that conversation with myself, with Kelly Conrad, with our office here, so we can perhaps be of assistance in that realm in terms of those incentives that we provide. We also have community reinvestment areas that are out there as well. That's a situation where you might be eligible for a property tax abatement, sometimes 5 years, 100% of a property tax abatement on the additional value you might be adding to a property. So let's say you buy a property or an existing building for $100,000 and you do a lot of improvements on that property, and your property will now be worth $500,000. You're putting $400,000 worth of money. What will happen if you sit within those community reinvestment areas is you can get an abatement on that additional value of your land. That going from $100,000 to $500,000, you can get a property tax abatement. It's not everywhere in the city. Ours mainly sit in manufacturing areas, some manufacturing areas that can be converted into retail depending on the zoning. But it's always worth, again, looking at whatever city, whatever type of benefits they have out there, because that could be something that could be provided to you as well. We also do something a lot in the city called tax increment financing. That allows the city to work with a business to work on infrastructure improvements around where they may be building a building to allow them to have a better access point. Maybe it's an area that needs to be improved a little bit. Those are things that the city can work with you on to say, okay, we're going to take some of the property taxes that you're going to be paying over the next 15, 20, 30 years, and we can reinvest those now to provide different types of infrastructure improvements. You may have heard that a certain exciting grocery store, Trader Joe's, that's going to be coming here to the city of Mentor later this fall. We've worked with them to provide some tax increment financing to put up a new traffic signal outside of where their store is going to go and widen the area, so it provides better access and also provides us better traffic control. It allows, obviously, a benefit to the city as well. When you're having these conversations as well, something to keep in mind as you're thinking about areas of maybe locating a brick and mortar office or your business in general is thinking about the zoning requirements. that may be there. You know, every city's got their own zoning code of where businesses can go. They have business districts. Ours obviously really up and down Menor Avenue is kind of the center of our retail area, but that doesn't preclude you necessarily from looking at an area that might be in an industrial or manufacturing area, might be zoned that way, but would permit a retail or commercial business to potentially go in there as well. So again, really important to have that conversation at the outset of what the city can help provide for you going forward. We'll go on to the next slide. We also have here at the City of Mentor, the Mentor Economic Assistance Corporation, also known as MECO. It's an SBA 504 lender. So if you're looking for financing opportunities that may be out there, acquisition of capital assets or renovation of them potentially, our SBA office, our MECO office, can be of great help to you in working with some low interest financing opportunities that are there through this SBA 504 loan program. And we don't just do it here in Mentor as well. This is MECO is available throughout the county, throughout the region. We're actually working on a couple of projects, even in Cuyahoga County right now. We're a smaller office and we're able to really offer some terrific customer service to people that are looking for these various loan programs that are available. Move on to the next slide. As I said, we are here to provide any services that you might need. If you're looking at MECO options, if you're looking to maybe look at the City of Mentor, or if you're just looking for some general business advice, feel free to reach out to myself or Kelly Conrad, my deputy, who does run our Mentor Economic Assistance Corporation. Via email, via phone, we're always available. We get back within 24 hours with usually some type of answer. It may not always be the answer you want, or we may have to research things a bit more for you. But we do want to be helpful to you. We're definitely a business forward thinking community, and it's evident by obviously the success that Mentor has had economically over the last several decades. So happy to take any questions in the chat after my colleagues' presentations, and look forward to talking with you more.
Thank you so much, Kevin. We really appreciate you taking the time to be here with us today.
Of course.
Okay, our next presenter for today is Catherine Bieterman, and she's the Economic Development Director for the City of Painesville. Hello, Catherine, how are you?
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. I want to first take a moment just to shout out to a few folks that are here, because Pam Morris, she's been wonderful community supporter here within the city. And I will say that her furniture is wonderful. I have a number of pieces here in my home. Blue Sugar, Kelly, awesome scrubs. Got to try them. They're fantastic. And it's great to see Marcita on here as well. She has been a great community partner and always an advocate working with us for support of minority businesses here within the community. So I think it's awesome to see so many people here today, and it's exciting to have the opportunity to present to you. Are you able to pull up my slides on your side?
Yes, I can. Just one moment.
And along with that, I do have a small video at the end I'm hoping works. Otherwise, I'll be reaching out to Chris House after for some IT support.
Sorry, everyone, just one quick second. I'm just having a little bit of a technical difficulty.
Mute. And if for some reason it's not working, just let me know. I should be able to pull it up on my end too. So as she's pulling that up, I can go ahead and get started and just talk a little bit about our approach within the City of Painesville. So the City of Painesville does work with Mentor and all of our other community partners from an economic development standpoint here within the community. We're a relatively small community. We have under 20,000 in population, but we're a very proud community. We're proud of our history. We're proud of the schools that we have within the community. We're proud of our businesses and also the diversity that we have within the community. It really is what makes up the city of Painesville. If you want to go ahead to the next slide. Yeah, we really, when we're working with businesses, because we're a smaller community, we really take a very personal approach with our business owners that are looking to expand, grow, or relocate their businesses here to our community. One of the first things that we offer is a comprehensive directory of all of the available space that we have within the city of Painesville for site selection. And those are spaces that are listed with commercial realtors, or also spaces that we're just aware of from folks that are here within the community that may have a little extra space within their locations and may have an opportunity to lease that space out. And we really work with business owners to find out what their specific site needs are. So we'll oftentimes open up a number of sites that kind of meet their square footage needs to get an assessment of what they really like about the spaces, what their specific space needs are. And then from there, we work with them to really narrow down what is a perfect fit for them within our community. And you can request one of these site selection directories, or we also have them available on our website. On our website, you'll find a comprehensive directory of all of the things that I'm talking about today, as well as a startup business section that will really guide you through different business processes that may be needed as you're starting up and gearing up your business. And then we also have a lot of things talking about incentives and stuff for businesses that are existing today. From an incentive standpoint, we do customized incentive packages that are site specific for the site that you pick out as a business owner. So once you've narrowed down that site, we'll really work to try to find any and all incentives that may be able to apply to that both suit your needs and really look at kind of like your long-term approach for that site as well, and what we may be able to offer to help you to grow in that space. We do often get creative when it comes to projects or businesses that are expanding and adding significant new job growth within the community. As Kevin said, income tax is one of our primary sources of revenue. So we do try to identify some incentives that can be brought to the table, especially when that job creation component is there. We'll also help you work through the regulatory process. I know that's never an easy process when companies are making a decision on a new location. So in advance, we'll work with you to help you identify what the costs are for specific permits that you may be needing as a result of the space that you're considering. We'll talk through any elements of design that if you're looking to make additions to the space or modifications to the space, what types of things may be needed, such as engineered drawings or architectural drawings or other considerations that may need to be considered from a fire standpoint. And we'll work through all of those with you as you identify that space and continue to make sure that it fits all of your needs. If you want to go to the next slide. The one thing that I will say about our customized incentive packages is that they are comprehensive in the approach that we take to support a company's plan for expansion or relocation. Many of them are very similar to what Kevin talked about, and he did a great job talking about the CRA and the TIF, so I won't go into that anymore. But again, those are site specific as they are within the city of Mentor. And we do offer those to help pay for public improvements that may be needed in the area, or to offer a tax abatement for increased investment that's being made onto that site. We also do have some tax incentive and grants that we offer to various projects. We have a job creation tax incentive, similar to the one that Kevin spoke of earlier. Depending on the site and the historic nature of the building, we have some historic tax credits that can be applied, as well as new market tax credits that can be applied to those properties and projects. Again, those are typically larger projects, over $1 million in investment, but those are something that you can have significant returns on if you continue to use those. We also are working through CDGB on a regular basis, which is Community Development Block Grants. The county commissioners have been very supportive of projects that we've brought forth for those types of programs. And one of the things that we have before them now is a storefront improvement and interior renovation grant program that would allow us to renovate vacant properties into white box ready retail spaces. So we continue to be hopeful that we may be able to offer some of those grants to our local property owners and business owners as we continue to try to seek any grant opportunities that we can to continue to move forward projects with those that are expanding, growing, and relocating within the city. We also do offer some programs for energy efficiency upgrades and loan programs that correlate to that, such as PACE bonds. I know those are used sometimes too in Mentor, and those allow you to finance those long-term energy efficiency projects that you're doing over a longer period of time. I will say that we very much pride ourselves on our partnerships that we have with key regional partners like Jobs Ohio, the Lake County Business Development Center. They have been wonderful in working with some of our businesses, PTAC, and here locally even we work a lot with the NAACP and OLA and the Downtown Painesville organization, as well as Painesville Community Improvement Corporation. And it's really those partnerships that often bring more resources and tools and grants and economic development support to our projects, and especially those that pertain to specific businesses looking to expand or invest within our communities. And some of those programs that we often tie to with our program partners can be things like workforce training, historic building improvements, and smaller grants for signage or purchase of equipment. If you want to go ahead to the next slide. We'll give this a try. If you hit play at the bottom, we'll see if this works. The city of Painesville is a historic downtown community with big city amenities and a small town feel, really perfect for business that desires a work-life balance that all employees seek. We have a dynamic and diverse business environment in the heart of the city overlooking the Grand River and our many beautiful parks. The city's business district has seen significant investments over the past decade with new streetscape amenities and parking options. And Painesville has a young demographic with an average age of just 32. It's really the perfect place for securing workforce and talent attraction well into the future. So we feel Painesville is a perfect place for doing business, and we would love to help you in your efforts to grow your business any way we can here within Lake County. And I will put my contact information in the chat as well. So you'll have that there and you can feel free to reach out to me with any needs.
Wow, that was a sleeper, the little video, Miss Bieterman. Very nice. Woo!
Thanks, Pam. I put that in right for you.
That was awesome. Thank you. And thanks for the shout outs for the DPO and the PCIC. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Kathy, for taking the time to put that video together and for being here with us today.
I appreciate it.
And just to let everyone know, we will be sending out all of the presenters today, all of their contact information and link and their presentations so that you can contact them. Awesome. So on to our third presenter from Lake County. We have John Hamerchek. He's the president of the Lake County Board of Commissioners.
Good morning.
Hello, John. How are you?
I'm doing quite well, thank you.
Perfect. Do you need me to share your slide for you?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay, just one moment. Seems when it comes to technical things, it's never easy, is it?
Okay. That's okay. While we're having that pause, I'll actually just dive in and say I have to give a shout out to Kathy and Kevin. They are examples of ambassadors here in Lake County. And my lights just went off in my office because I'm not moving around. So give me just a second. There we go. See, we energy save here in the new building. But I have to tell you, Painesville and Menor, if you listen to the presentations, you're going to hear how compatible and complementary what we have is offering. I got to tell you, there are some significant opportunities here in Lake County. And as you can see by our slide, we are ready for you. My colleagues, Ron Young, John Plechnik, as well as myself, we are passionate about economic development and providing a very fertile environment for growth and opportunities. One thing, though, that doesn't get talked about a lot, though, is the types of government. We've got county government, which is literally your closest form of local government before you get to the state or federal government. Then you have your cities, you have your villages, and you have your townships. The one thing, though, that you need to know about is, I know this might sound like a little civics lesson, but it's very important. There's something called home rule. So if you hear differences between cities, villages, and townships, it has to do with statutory authority. So the only example you're going to find that's a little bit different on townships is Concord exercised something called limited home rule, which gives them a little bit more flexibility. So they can kind of tailor what services they provide to you based on their own needs and what they have resource-wise. And one of the big things that I'd always emphasize is always, always, always work with your local leaders. Next slide, please. So how to do business with Lake County? So you're going to see that little note there, help not hinder. That comes from Dave Strichko. He's our chief building inspector. That's a slogan that he lives by, and it's one that we've really adopted here at the county. So one of the things that we really want to emphasize, and I'm really excited to hear that that's part of the organization, your 4 principles, please register your business with the county building department. That's your contractor registration. Very important, because that's how we know that you are certified, you are qualified, and that tells people that, hey, when it comes time for permitting and other activities, you're the go-to. We've also taken the time to streamline operations here in Lake County. If you do need any kind of permitting, we've taken a campus approach, sort of a one-stop shop where we have interoperability software that allows information to be moved from one agency to the next. So you don't have to go with 13 checks and 47 stops. You just hit one place, it populates the fields, and each department knows what the next steps are. And there are some very busy departments here in Lake County. So you want to establish your points of contact with each one. Buildings and grounds, they have a constant need for facility maintenance, landscaping, snow plowing, just as some examples. Our Lake County Department of Utilities, I heard a gentleman on here, I believe would be an excellent fit for this. Again, engineering services, survey work, contractors, sewer and water line repair, installation, all of these activities constantly in process. We try to do as much self-performance as possible, but when you get a situation where you have scheduled work, that's something that's always best left to contractors. And if you get a project that's a little bit out of the normal, that's when you're going to have some contractors with specialty skills, and those are always good to have on our list. Our Lake County engineer, again, engineering services, road repairs, paving, all essential. We've included some phone numbers and links. Again, it'll go with our presentation when that gets sent out. Next slide, please. Again, continuing on with the theme, how to do business with Lake County. Well, if you're looking for employees, please contact Ohio Means Jobs Lake County. There's literally a resume database of local talent. They've all been pre-employment screened, and that's very important because that saves you, I'm going to be blunt, the time and effort to have to pre-screen. It can be challenging, but that's already been taken care of for you. One of the other issues that we have addressed is hosting on-site job fairs and recruiting events. If you have a need, we will come to you. If you have a venue where you'd like to partner with other potential employers, we can put on a job fair for you. If you need a host location, we can arrange that as well. We're trying to be as comprehensive and, again, complementary to our cities and villages and townships as possible. And the other issue that we have addressed is posting of job openings on ohiomeansjob.com. Again, powered by monster.com, a well-known organization, and we use social media extensively. Economic development, where do we start? Well, Lake County, our Ohio Port, and this is a mouthful. They're changing their name, by the way. Lake County, Ohio Port and Economic Development Authority. That's a mouthful even for me. And they are our economic development arm of the Board of Commissioners. They can issue bonds, both taxable and tax exempt debt. They do what's called conduit financing. They can give you tax exempt bank qualification bonds, access to the capital market. They also enable lower cost construction. That's critical. When you get sales tax exempt for building and construction materials, especially in today's market, that is a major, major force multiplier to any business that's trying to build out. Next slide, please. So we changed the question just a little bit. How to do business in Lake County? Well, I cannot overemphasize the importance of join your local chamber of commerce. They offer solid network and business opportunities for members, strong business advocate, and work to improve the business climate. Issues and concerns that you have, that's how it comes to us. And then we have a vehicle and a means of taking that, managing the information, and addressing it directly. And here's a big point. Members of the organization save money because, again, force multiplier, economy of scale, very important. And also, we'd encourage you to join the Lake County Development Council. Here's their mission. The mission of the Lake County Development Council is to raise awareness of economic issues and initiate a process to address problems and opportunities impacting the Lake County business conditions. That pretty much says it all right there. And as we got nice big bold letters there, please contact the commissioners if you have any questions. We're here to assist you in your efforts to succeed in Lake County. Next slide, please. We've included the contact names of various members of our leadership. You've got our emails, there's our phone numbers. Next slide, please. And we are very serious. We do look forward to working with you. That is our mission, and that is what we are here to do. We look at it this way. We have a population in Lake County of 234,000 people, which means we have 234,000 bosses. So take advantage of that. We believe in accountability, and we believe in working very closely with our local governments as well. Thank you.
John, I think there was a question on the chat box for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you look at the chat, John?
Hang on a second. Okay, got my screen back. And okay, help me out. There's a whole bunch of them here.
Here we are. Must you physically reside in Lake County to join the LCDC?
I do not believe that's a precondition, but I would refer you to that organization directly.
I'd concur with the commissioner. I think they'll take membership from anybody.
So they can join, right, Kevin? Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Thank you so much, John, for taking the time.
Thank you.
Do we have any questions for John or Kathy or Kevin? Awesome. Well, everybody's presentations were so thorough that everybody got all the information they needed. That's wonderful. Once again, you will receive the slide presentations and the contact information for everyone. So if you have a question later on, you can reach out.
April?
Yes.
If we have an extra couple minutes, I do have a little bit more material I'd like to share.
Sure.
We also have Auburn Career Center, Lake Erie College, Lakeland College, great partners to work with. We also have Lake Tran, they're a tremendous asset. So I think it's worth getting some plugs in for them. You know, in the interest of time, I didn't include that in the original presentation, but again, tremendous resources here in Lake County. Thank you, April.
Yes, you're very welcome. Thank you for
John,
sharing
that was
information.
That was really good information about the contractor registration. I've been in business here a long time and I never knew that. So that's good information. Thanks for sharing that.
We do have one other question in the chat box. Can the benefits be stacked? For example, receiving benefits / help from Mentor as well as the county at the same time, or is it one or the other?
Yeah, yes, they can. I mean, we try to coordinate when we have visits with companies that are looking to come in. We work with the Port Authority, we work with Jobs Ohio, we work with Team Neo. Team Neo is the regional economic development organization. Jobs Ohio is obviously statewide. So yes, absolutely. Depending on, again, it kind of depends on how large the company is, if you're able to take advantage of certain different incentives, especially as you get to the county, regional, and state levels. But yeah, absolutely. That's something that can be done and is done on a regular basis.
And if I could just add, Kevin's spot on. The only exception, which actually has an exception, would be community development block grant funds. Mentor has its own block grant group. However, if there's an organization inside of Mentor that has countywide impact, the county can participate in that. So only in government can you have an exception that has an exception.
Wonderful. I would like to thank all three of you so much for taking the time to be here with us. We really appreciate it. Okay, we are going to move on to our next speaker for today. We have Patty Ajukowicz. She's from JumpStart. She's the Senior Advisor in Small Business Education and Support Department in JumpStart. Hello, Patty. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I apologize if I mispronounced your name wrong.
Not a problem. Thank you so much for having me here this morning.
Yes, absolutely.
So I should be able to share my screen. Let me get that up and going. Please let me know if you are not able to see it.
You are good.
All right, perfect. So as April has mentioned, I do work for JumpStart. We are a local economic development organization, and our mission is to unlock the full potential of entrepreneurship to transform entire communities. And what it means that we work with entrepreneurs one-on-one or through the workshop series that we offer to really ensure that you have all of the information needed to be able to grow your business, to be successful, make sure that you don't feel alone in your endeavor either. And if you ever come to any point that you need to make decisions, we're here to support you, do some research on your behalf, and just really make sure that we connect you with the resources available, whether it's local governments or other lenders or any organizations that work with entrepreneurs as well. So since I oversee workshops, I really wanted my presentation today to be a very quick workshop series to which we're going to go through a couple of exercises very quickly. But I know that April will be sharing this presentation with you. So I do encourage you to take some time afterwards to really think through some of the things we're going to cover today to make sure you're able to grow your business successfully. So obviously, when thinking about scaling, it really is the capability and capacity of growing your business. To that end, you really need to spend some time planning what that means, putting in place processes to ensure that you're ready to take that next step, reflecting on your staffing and technology to support you as you continue to grow, and think of any partners that might be sort of symbiotic with your mission to help you get, drive your profits and revenues and continue to grow. So today, I really want us to focus on evaluating your current business as it stands right now to see and make sure that you're ready to grow. So we're going to talk about value proposition, milestones, sales funnels, and financial projections. And lastly, and that was already mentioned by the other presenters, we're also going to think about finding money and what that means for a small business. So value proposition, it basically is a promise of a value that you're delivering to your customers, how it will happen, and what problems are you solving for them. So these are the 5 different questions that I really encourage you to think about when considering your value proposition. Who is your target customer? What are their common pain points? What category of product that you compete in? What kind of distinct values you provide to your target clients, and how your product or service is different from the other competitors that are within that space. So just going through a few different examples on your target customer. For example, here, Airbnb, their target customer is a traveler. But I do encourage you to be as focused as possible. So even though it is a traveler, there is a very specific kind of travelers that they're going after. So it's not somebody who enjoys staying at, a 5-star hotel. These are people that are looking for alternative lodging that really will make them feel like they're locals. So they're definitely not going after the folks that would always only travel to hotels. They're going after those that look for something different. When thinking about the category of product that you compete in, it's really important to articulate that, because sometimes your name might not be very descriptive of what your business is. And so you do not want your potential customer to really be guessing themselves on what kind of business you are and what services you will provide them. Then the next one is the distinct values and solutions that you offer to your customer. So do you offer custom pieces? Are you, eco-friendly or on demand? It really is important for you to be able to let your customer know how you are the solution that they're hoping to get to solve their problem. And what are you doing to ensure that you are the unique provider? So here are a few different examples. For example, using the last one, for travelers who value how they're treated, Southwest is an airline that offers unparalleled customer service by carefully selecting and training its staff. So for Southwest, obviously, we know it's an airline company, but what distinguishes them from other airline companies is their staff. And so they pride themselves in that, and they really highlight that on every sort of step of the journey that the customer will take as part of, traveling with Southwest. So when thinking about drafting your value proposition statement, this is just a really simple example of how you could put it all together. You can, start with a few different sentences and then try to put them together in one sentence, or you could just try to fill in these boxes. But really first, before you even try to answer the question or try to put it in a sentence, really answer the questions. Because sometimes through this exercise, you will understand that maybe there's a few different target customers that you're going after, and you're offering them different value propositions. And it's really important to consider because you will showcase your business differently to different groups based on that specific value that you're offering them. I will pause for questions at the end. So if you have any, please put them in the chat. I cannot see them as I'm presenting my slides, but I would definitely love to answer your questions. So the next thing to think about is milestones and tasks. Milestones are very important to help keep your business on track. And so I encourage, if you don't already have them written down, I really encourage them or encourage you to put them on paper. I think oftentimes as entrepreneurs, it's really easy to just have everything in your mind, but it's very helpful to put it down on paper. So you have some tangible things to look at and work towards. So milestones, I do also want to encourage you to make them SMART, which means specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time-bound. With those parameters, you would be more accountable to yourself for the milestones that you're setting to make sure that, you are really thinking about the different steps and tasks that are needed for you to hit that milestone. If you just say, thinking maybe about personal milestones, oh, I really need to lose weight. There isn't anything specific about it. If you start thinking, maybe I need to lose 5 pounds, that is getting more specific, and that is a goal that you're aiming towards. Maybe you want to add, I really want to lose those 5 pounds in the next 3 months. That really gets it more and more specific. And then to validate milestones, you really need to think about the different tasks. So you can have a big milestones, like by October, have 5 paying customers in order to further validate that the solution solves their problems or their unmet needs. But to get to that big milestone, you really need to think about the different key tasks that will involve. So for example, here, by July, we need to complete the development of that product so that we can actually go after the customers that we wanted to go in the big milestones. So here's just a simple template that you could think about when considering milestones and tasks. You have the different categories of business operations that you can focus on, and put your milestone at the end. And we encourage it to be maybe in caps or bolded to really highlight that this is your milestone. And then write down all the tasks that you need to accomplish to get to that final milestone. And then the different colors that you can see here is really just keeping yourself accountable, whether you have hit that specific task or maybe you're a little bit late on it and really need to pick up on it in the next month. Again, this is just a template if you are maybe more of a visual person and want to put it on a whiteboard, or if you have a notebook that you work out of. I just think that the main thing is really having them written down so that you can come back to them and really reflect on the progress that you've done towards your final milestone. All right, well, the third topic I wanted to introduce today is the sales funnel. And I'll explain in a second why I think it is important. But a sales funnel basically shows that your customer's journey from learning about your company to actually making that purchase. And there's different tactics at different levels that you could implement to facilitate your customer's journey through the funnel, and also different costs associated with the different stages and ensuring that retention of your customer. So here is just a simple sales funnel. At first, we have that awareness when the customer becomes aware of your solution. Then there's the interest and the education on your part for your customer to learn more about your solution. The decision is when they are fully informed and ready to make a purchasing decision. And lastly, action or purchase when they actually purchase your service or product. So this sort of breaks it down in the same step, but basically the one other thing here is the sales cycle duration. And it is really important to think about because each business is structured differently. So if you are we'll go through a few different examples, but here, for example, for a fitness studio, it might take about a month and a half for a customer to really purchase that class from you. They were referred by a friend, they've learned more about your business from your website or social channels. They went through the application, they learned more about the different pricing options you have, and then finally they've purchased your product or your service. But for a hot dog stand, it's very different. We don't really spend a month and a half deciding whether we want to purchase a hot dog. It's more of an impulse decision. So those stages are a lot shorter and a lot different. And then for a food brand selling to wholesale grocers, that might be 7.5 weeks. You have to go to the trade show, have follow-up conversations, provide samples, negotiate terms. So it really is important to keep those all stages in mind because at each stage you lose a different number of customers. And so ultimately, if you decide that your big milestone, is engaging 11 customers, maybe you need to go after 100 leads to make sure that you convert those 11 people into your paying customers. And the importance of thinking about it really is this, the cost to acquire customers. If you're spending too much money to acquire your customer, it might not be worth it for your business. So here are two different examples. One is $1,300 to acquire 6 customers. So the average there is $217 per customer. But on the flip side, if you're starting with a trade show that's more expensive, you might be spending $4,000 to push your customers through the sales funnel. And ultimately, your cost to acquire a customer is $386. So again, you will have all these slides, so please make sure to go through these exercises on your own. If you do have any questions, of course, I'm available to work with you through these exercises. But when you work on the cost of acquiring a customer, ultimately, you have to compare it to the lifetime value of a customer, which means that you cannot spend more money to acquire a customer than your customer is actually worth to your business. As we have shown in the previous example, if it costs you about $300 or $400 to acquire a customer, you really need to ensure that they're bringing at least 3 times that much revenue to your business for that customer to be really beneficial for your business. And the reason to think about that is that maybe, you know, if you're going through all these different sales funnels, starting with trade shows or maybe putting website campaigns, you really need to make sure you think about how effective they are to bring the customers that are important to your business, and then how much those customers actually bring revenue into your business. So take the time to think this through and think of what sales channels are actually beneficial for your business. So once you have that all figured out, the next important thing to think about is financial projections. I don't know how many of you really do it on an ongoing basis, but definitely it is important to look at your historical numbers as an existing business and project your future income. So going through sort of a basic profit and loss statement first, take a look at your revenues. So your sales channels and sales funnels, what are your products and services and pricing that you offer on each? You can average it. And what is the timing of your sales transaction? Are you a seasonal business? Do you need to focus, you know, a lot more promotion in the cold months ahead of the summer when that's when your customers engage with your business the most? And then save some of that money to really help you through the slower months. When you think about cost of goods sold, this is where you would put the direct materials, direct labor, and any payment processing fees that you might be encountering. And then operating expenses. So that might be anything from marketing and sales, development, or general and admin expenses. When you have looked at your historical numbers, this is when you can start looking at your forecast and really look at those patterns and think how you can implement that into your forecast. So how many customers, orders, or revenue do you need to have to generate the numbers that you want to? Once you determine that, really review your sales funnels. How many leads do you need to have at the beginning of the funnel to get those results at the end? What are your marketing systems? Are you really reaching the customers that you want to go after? Do you have enough sales representatives to attract the number of customers that you want to? Do you have a sales management system to help you keep track of those customers and make sure you engage with them at a certain level or a certain cadence? And then do you have the billing and receiving team in place to really focus on all of the new orders that are coming in? And then, of course, take a look at your costs of goods sold and operating expenses to think about how they will be impacted once you hit those larger numbers on the revenue side. And then the last point I really wanted to bring is access to capital. So once you have gone through all of the exercises I presented today and have an understanding of your projections, especially as you're trying to think of a new project, you really need to understand what all the components are that are going into your project. As you've heard, a lot of the different cities and municipalities have very specific sources of funds, and they're for specific purposes. And so you really need to understand what you're trying to fund as part of the project, because your sources might be coming from a few different places, and they might have specific requirements or limitations when it comes to using them. And then very quickly, I wanted to just bring your attention to the 5 C's of credit that are incredibly important to think about as a small business owner when you go after capital. So of course, your personal credit is very often connected to any source of funding. So make sure you fully understand what's happening on that side of things. Make sure that you understand your financial projections and your historical numbers. Make sure that you have some money saved to invest in that project as well. I would encourage you to have about 20%. And make sure that there is, you understand your, asset position so that if your lender requires, for example, collateral to help finance your project, you are prepared to offer that when they ask. So I know I covered a lot and I went through everything quite fast, and I do apologize for that. I just really wanted to get you thinking. It's a lot of information, so please don't hesitate to reach out to me or April or any of the other economic development organizations that are out there, because we're really all here to help you. Again, my slides will be shared with you afterwards, and once you go through these exercises and have any questions, please reach out to me. I don't really see any questions in the chat, but if you have any, please post them in there, and I will make sure to answer them.
Great. Thank you so much, Patty, for taking the time to be here with us today and putting that presentation together for us.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.
And I didn't realize that I was having subtitles to my presentation. That was quite interesting.
That's okay.
They were European subtitles because your 5 pounds actually came up with the pound sign, like the English pounds. I thought that was kind of funny. I was like, oh, look, she's from Europe.
I am from Europe, actually.
April, are we going to have a list of folks who participated in today's event? Would their communications be shared with us as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do we have any other questions before we move on to our next portion of our workshop today? All right. I am going to turn it over to our business advisor, Richard Brown, and he is going to lead a business panelist discussion with us.
Thank you so much, April. And thank you, Patty, for all that great information. So we're grateful for everybody, all the presenters thus far. So at this time, we're going to have our panelist discussion, and we have 2 business owners who we're going to have our panelist discussion with, Herbert Webster and Victoria Webster. They're brothers and sisters. So at this time, first thing I want to start off with is just introduce yourself and your business. And Herb, I'm going to let you go first.
Okay, again, good afternoon, everyone. So the name of my business is the Barbers Guild, LLC. And what the type of service that we provide is, again, grooming, haircuts, shaves. The niche to my business is that we provide on-site services. So we actually go to the site, as I mentioned before, group homes or any type of facility that has a group of people that needs our services. That's what we do. So that's essentially what the service I provide. I've been providing the service for more than 10 years. However, recently I just had everything set up to where it's set up as an actual LLC and providing these services in a way that can include other barbers. My business is also looking to add other barbers that can provide the same service, go to on-site facilities and provide grooming, haircuts, shaves, consultations on actually maintaining your hair, keeping it in a healthy state.
Thank you, Herbert.
Answer everything?
Yes, you did. Thank you. Okay, Victoria, you're next.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
My name is Victoria Webster. I am the owner and a licensed cosmetologist at Blossom to Beauty Hair Salon. So we're a boutique size salon. There's 4 stylists here. We focus on natural hair services. So like I mentioned before, dreadlocks, braids, things like roller sets, silk presses, and more. So those are the services that we focus on. I've been here for about a little bit over a year. So that was interesting with the pandemic, but it's been successful. And I've been licensed for 10 years.
All right, thank you. Okay, so now the first question I have is, tell me, Herbert, I'll give this question to you. How have you been able to build your clientele? I know you're a barber and you provide grooming services, and sometimes people come to the shop and you may see them one time, but they may never return. So how is it that you are able to build your clientele?
My clientele, well, when I first started cutting hair, what I did was a lot of old school stuff. I used to just, it was an apartment building I lived in. I went to each and every unit that was there. I put a flyer on the door. When I see people, I speak to them, I hand out cards. So I really tried to work on developing relationships with my clients. And so often what happens is by, developing that relationship, they refer other people to me, and it's becoming like, we're talking about the sales funnel. That's kind of what my sales funnel is just having a good, a good rapport, good relationship with families and individuals that need my services.
Okay. So I hear you saying relationships are very important. Relationships are everything.
Yes, they are.
Customer service, everybody can cut hair, but establishing that relationship is key.
Yes, it is.
All right. Okay, Victoria.
The way that I've mostly built my clientele is through social media. A lot of times people, they want to see pictures of your work before they book an appointment. So through Instagram and Facebook, but also like some of the things that Herbert mentioned. So, word of mouth, making sure that you're building those relationships, and customer service is really important in this industry. Because like you said, anyone can give you a haircut, anyone can provide a hair service for you, but people want to see that you really care about them, and that you listen to them and you take care of them.
Okay, thank you. All right, and you answered that was one of the questions I had about social media. So you answered my social media question, so thank you for that. So now, Herbert, question for you is, as a barber, how do you decide how you're going to structure your business as far as either booth rental or fee-based or commission-based? So how do you decide that?
Okay, so the way that I have my business structured is that I have my barbers, they work on booth rental. And essentially what that is they pay each week, at the end of the week, they pay an agreed upon amount. And so the way that I do that is those that pay that, they're independent contractors. So as far as I don't have the responsibility of doing a payroll for them, doing tax, withholdings and all of that, they're responsible for those things. It allows barbers to also be in a position where in a shop where we all work on a different schedule. We work by appointments. So it's not necessarily you have to have a specific hour or time frame that you have to be in a shop or providing services. You can kind of they can schedule that based upon their lifestyle as well as what works for them as far as providing services.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. Victoria, what would you say is your competitive advantage? I know you said you do a lot of different type of hairstyles. What is your competitive advantage?
I think my competitive advantage is I really want people to understand the educational component when providing a service. So one of the things when I first started doing hair that I noticed people would give me feedback on is they would say like I was the first stylist that ever talked to them about why their hair care was so important. So just going in and starting the hair service with a consultation, no matter what service they're receiving, just so that we know where the hairstyle is going, so we're both on the same page, and also so they know how to take care of the style, if it's something that's for their lifestyle, and just so if they know that, how to take care of it. So I think that's important, is educating the clients as well as making them look good.
Thank you. All right. Herbert, I have a question for you. Now, my question is, how have you been able to collaborate with other businesses to create synergies? I know you're a barber. I mean, tell us about how you've been able to work with other businesses to kind of help you to grow and scale your business.
Okay, so I have worked with several nonprofit organizations. A lot of times what they have is they have like the different things where they offer the services they offer. We've came and provided, donated haircuts to different organizations. We've also participated in different food drives and different things, again, establishing relationships with the community and just, again, letting people know that we care about them. So creating those relationships also often lead to referrals or other opportunities that allow my business to be able to grow and be able to network with other individuals. We've also done different events at Spaces Art Galleries, where we've collaborated with a lot of other small businesses. We've got together and just exchange information, kind of similar to what we're doing now, but on a smaller scale, more of an intimate setting. And we just kind of exchange ideas and had opportunities to build that way.
Thank you. Victoria, what advice would you give someone who's thinking about starting a business in this industry?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
Yes. What advice would you give to someone who's thinking about starting a business in your industry?
I would say be patient with yourself. You know, a lot of times what I've been hearing from new hairstylists is that they're oftentimes comparing themselves to people on social media. So it's kind of hard to do that if you just came out of school and you're seeing someone who has 20+ years of experience and you think that that's where you're supposed to be. So just be patient. Don't get discouraged and just practice until you perfect your styles, and be patient with yourself as you're building your clientele, because it does take time. I feel like the society that we live in now is kind of like a microwave effect, where people have a sense of instant gratification. So again, just being patient.
Okay, thank you. Herb, I have a question. Okay, my question is, how has partnering with the Entrepreneurship Center helped you to grow and scale your business? That's a question for both you guys, so I'll let you go first, Herb.
Okay, I didn't hear the first part of the question.
Yeah, how has partnering with the Urban League and the Entrepreneurship Center helped you to grow and scale your business?
Oh, it's been a huge help. So I know we mentioned, contracting with the government, and we're talking about the different resources that they had. I was fortunate to be able to register with the federal government, to be able to bid for government contracts. I've worked with, we just finished a series, Becoming Bankable, which basically was an opportunity for us to meet and to be able to have questions answered by professionals in specific fields, such as accounting. We had access to speak with the loan officers, credit, rebuilding credit, and other resources, being able to collaborate with other businesses that they're also doing the same things that we're doing or similar, just different experiences that other people have, in addition to all the different help that, we have the other business advisors. It's a whole, a bunch of webinars, and just about anything that you think that you can need is available. So that's been my experience. It's been a great experience.
Okay, so basically what you're telling me, you've got everything from your financials to access to capital, to your business plan, everything. You're getting all those resources. And the beautiful thing about it, those resources are what? They're free. You didn't have to pay anything for the Becoming Bankable class that you just completed. Congratulations.
Right, thank you.
The fact that you got access to capital, you got a loan through the Becoming Bankable class. So all these resources that are available to help, it highlights the fact that we're here to help the small business grow and scale. and the resource, and we're available and we're here for you. So I'll give Victoria, I'll give you opportunity to respond to that as well.
Well, you just mentioned the Becoming Bakeable course, which we both completed, and that was a huge help. You know, just helping us implement QuickBooks into, you know, our business, being mindful of separating your personal finances from your business finances, and getting ready to get your documents together, and even knowing what is required to apply for business loans. That was extremely helpful, and will be helpful like as, you know, I scale my business. So getting prepared for the next step and just growing.
Thank you. Okay, and the last question I have is, if you had a chance, what would you do differently when you first started your business? What is the one thing you would do? Just one thing that you would do differently. Herbert, I'll let you go first.
One thing I would have done differently was I would have definitely have liked to collaborated with the Urban League. Like I said, as far as just having those resources that are available, kind of avoids you from, you know, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with you should do your own legwork, but if you have the resources right there available, it makes it a lot easier to move a lot quicker than it would be to the time that obviously to continue to, you know, talk to 3 or 4 or 5 different, you know, accountants and 3 or 4 different, 5 different, or whatever it is that you're looking for. I definitely would have done that. But yeah, that's one thing that I can say. I had a pretty smooth experience actually opening up. I have a business partner, so you know I have resources to people. We took our time. This is something that we actually want. I've been trying to do is become a barber since I was like 13 years old. I actually started cutting my own hair, so I really took my time, you know, and thought about a lot of stuff. So small things like that would definitely be helpful. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Victoria?
If I could do something different, I think that I would network with other hairstylists. I feel like sometimes you do need to get to know your competitors. Like you need to be able to talk to them and know what other people do. It's because you can't offer everything. And just have that mindset of collaboration versus like, you know, I need to have all these clients and these are mine, you know? So I would say networking and getting to know more people in the industry.
Okay.
I have to say something for what Victoria just said. I attended a National Main Street program, and one of the keynote speakers, that was her whole platform of collaboration with similar businesses who have like-minded drives, so that way they can help you be successful. So they're not going to steal your customers. They're not going to stab you in the back, but they are, if you get like-minded people on the same platform, you're all driving for the success of yourselves. So I love that you mentioned that. And Joy from the DPO, she was also on that Main Street national platform. And Victoria, awesome words. I really appreciate that. And same from you, Herbert. It's been an awesome day to hear both what you have been telling us about your stories of your businesses. It's really appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. So, and again, I would like to just highlight that Victoria and Herbert, they are, you know, they are products of the Urban League, and they've been through our process, and they're working with all of our people, our Small Business Development Center. They're working with credit. They're working with the Entrepreneurship Center, and all these resources are available and just to help you to grow and scale your business. So they are examples of what's possible, what's out there if you tap into the network. We're all part of an ecosystem. The Entrepreneurship Center, the Minority Business Assistance Center, we're in the ecosystem with JumpStart, ECDI. All of us are in this ecosystem together, and our main focus and purpose is to help business to grow and scale. We're not in competition with one another. I like to think of ourselves as we're conduits. If we don't have the resources you need, we will refer you to one of our resource partners to get the resources that you need. So
The
Uh,
Main
again,
Street,
I-
the Main Street programs are also very good resources. A lot of folks don't even know about them. And there are a few of them in Cuyahoga County, right within neighborhoods of each other, which is awesome. And they're in a lot, there's a few of them here in Lake County. Those Main Street programs actually help you succeed. So they also have a platform that you can partner with, like Richard said, along with your economic development people, along with the county, but your Main Street programs are kind of that grassroots effort. So if you're afraid and you don't want to be in front of 150 people, you can go reach out to that Main Street program and the Urban League, and it's a much less people, many less people, like 1 or 2 people versus a large crowd. So there's a lot of opportunities, and I'm sure everyone would be happy to speak to you.
Thank you for sharing that information, Pam. At this time, I'm going to turn it back over to April. Again, thank you, Victoria and Herbert. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Victoria and Herb, and thank you, Richard. Now I'm going to open the room up for any questions. If there's any last minute questions, we have about 10 minutes left here. If there's any last minute questions that anyone would like to ask, please feel free to do so.
I have a question real quick, if I can jump in. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's kind of noisy in here. My question was, with JumpStart and Urban League, I might have missed it in transition. With JumpStart and Urban League, can you live in Lake County, do business in Lake County to belong to those entities? To be able to get help through those entities, I should say?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, we service Lake County. So yes, you can reach out to the Urban League for assistance.
Okay, all right.
Kelly, we're actually part of the MBAC, which is the Minority Business Assistance Center. So I'm the person that represents Lake and part of Geauga County. So I can connect you with the folks down there. I can actually put you in my car and drive you down there. We might go in a big circle, but we'll get there. No, that's not true. We'll definitely get there. There's a lot of great folks there. So yeah, we can get you there.
All right, thank you. This was good.
Yes, you're very welcome. Does anyone else have any other questions? No? We have a quiet audience today.
I want to know what Linda Peavy does. I've seen her name and I didn't hear her intro.
Hello. Hello, Pam. I'm Linda Peavy. I am owner of LaPav Consulting, which is a marketing, communications, and grant writing organization. I mentioned that I typically work with national organizations. I've worked with the Miss America organization, with the NFL, and I served on the Biden for President campaign, providing various communications and marketing services, but I am located right here in Lake County. And so I'm interested in finding out different opportunities to better serve the local community. I typically work with mid to large size nonprofits. I've written about $17 million in grants for nonprofits. And I also offer a grant writing workshop because I realize that so many small nonprofits just do not have the funding to hire grant writers. So I wanted to be able to provide a course that would be beneficial to many of the small nonprofits that need the funding, but just do not have the resources to hire a professional grant writer.
Thanks, Linda.
Sure.
Thank you, Linda. I see a comment from Barb here. Yes, we can look into that for you. Yeah, we can definitely look into that for you. I just put a message in the chat box for everyone. Our email is mbacinfo@ulcleveland.org. And please email us to make an appointment with a business advisor so that we can assist you with all of the topics that we talked about today. But once again, even if you don't, you'll still receive an email from me with all of the contact information.
I do have one other question. I'm interested in becoming a minority and women-owned certified business within, I know from what I understand, you can certainly go through the state, but also I believe you can register through different maybe cities. I know the city of Cleveland has a program, but I'm wondering, is the process different if you're wanting to become certified via the county? Is it best to go through the state and then you're covered for the cities and the counties, or what is the best avenue?
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked that question, Linda. So the state has their own specific certification with the state of Ohio, and they have their process, and it's separate from the city and the county. Many of the documentation is similar, but the process is separate. We can help you with getting certified with the state of Ohio. You can reach out to us, and we can definitely help you with that. We can also assist you with your city certification or your county certification, because we work with them. Those are our resource partners. So we work all together, so we can help you all along the line. So whatever certification you want, we can connect you with the right people. I just got an email or a text message from one of my clients. He just said, I just got certified with the state of Ohio. And he was like, now I need to know the next steps. He has an interpretation business. A couple of days ago, another one of my clients, they have a cleaning business. They just got certified with the state of Ohio. So people are getting certified. So you're in the right place at the right time. We can assist you with your certifications. And I was going to mention that. I'm glad you said it, because I wanted to mention that because we had a few minutes left. That's what we're here for. We help you get certified. We help you, once you get certified, to get contracts because of all the different relationships we have. And then we also help you with access to capital. Herbert mentioned, well, I mentioned Herbert, he received access to capital through our UBiz loan fund. And so, I mean, there are so many resources available. And the beautiful thing about it is, with our UBiz loan fund, even if you're not ready for a loan right now, you may not be loan ready. What we will do is put you in a technical assistance holding pattern until you are ready. And what we would do, and what I mean by that, if you're having issues with your credit, you need credit repair, we have resources with our Small Business Development Center to help you with your credit, with your financial statements, whatever the case may be. Again, I think Patty had mentioned that if you want to try to get access to capital, you need to have all your financials in order. You need to have an active business plan, because that potential lending partner wants to know how you're going to service that debt. But just to keep it and make it short, we have resources available to you. So reach out to us, and we'd be more than happy to help you.
Richard, that ties into our next platform. Good segue, Richard. Good job.
Thank you, Pam.
Thank you, Richard. Yes, before we wrap up and conclude today's workshop, I just want to remind you that this is part one of a three-part workshop. So on July 22nd from 9:30 to 11:30, we will have workshop part 2, business best practices and becoming certified with Lake County. So now that we've learned how to scale our business, what are some business best practices to aid your business in continuing to be successful? We will also hear from the state of Ohio on how to become MBE, VBE, WBE, and EDGE certified, as well as the Procurement Technical Assistance Center and how to register with SAMS. On August 19th from 9:30 to 11:30, we will have workshop part 3, contracts and procurement opportunities with Lake County. So now that you've taken the first 2 workshops, you can learn how to actually get those contracts and get those procurement opportunities. And I will send a link to register for both of these workshops, as well as a link to our recording of today's workshop, which will be on our YouTube page. Pam, are there any last words you would like to say?
I'm an auctioneer, so I never run out of words, ever. So, but no, actually, I want to say thank you to everyone for attending. It's been a great workshop. I want to say thank you to my panelists who are personal friends of mine, and they're great folks. Reach out to them. John Hamercheck through the county, Kathy Bieterman through the city of Painesville. Kathy's not, her screen's off, but she's there. And Mr. Kevin Malecek. All of these people are very reachable. And if you can't reach them, call me because I'll reach them. They know I will. But Honest Engine folks, they're all very reachable. And they're great folks to work with, and they will do their best to help you be successful. Joy from the Main Street program, always willing to step up and also help you be successful. So thank you so much for our panelists. Thank you for my MBAC team. They're great folks. They keep me on task. I love you guys. You keep me on task. You're like, hey, Pam, you missed a meeting. I'm like, oh, sorry. But thank you. I really appreciate it. I hope to see everybody on the next meeting in July and then also in August.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much to everyone for being here.
Also, we would like to know if John Hammercheck or Kathy Bieterman or Kevin, they would like to have any last words.
I would just like to say that it was an honor to be here today, and it's great to see this partnership come here to Lake County and to have an opportunity and a venue for businesses to continue to get resources to help grow here within Lake County. So I appreciate the opportunity to be a speaker. Thank you.
Thank you.
Would agree. Again, thank you for the opportunity, and it's very encouraging listening to the dialogue and the depth and detail. It's impressive. So keep going. You're definitely on the right track. This is how success begins. So thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Back to you, April.
All right, without further ado, we're going to wrap up our first workshop. Just thank you so much again for being here. And please look out for my email so that you will have all the contact information as the links to sign up for our next 2 workshops. Everyone have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for coming. Everybody have a great day. Thanks so much, Pam.
Thank you, Pam.